I thought. I thought I fixed that BGM. Hold up a sec. Hold up a sec. Where the heck is it? Ah, it's this one. There we go. Hi, Nuggets. Hi, Nuggets. Welcome to the food truck. Also, hi, Cooler. Hi, Snow. Welcome, welcome. Yeah. Happy Valentine's Day workshop. It's not Valentine's Day yet, I know, but we're gonna pretend it is because I kind of want to still keep gaming on Valentine's Day, and you know, the Love Esquire is still Valentine's related. It's a visual dating novel, so I think that's good. But I also kind of wanted to cook for Valentine's. I wasn't sure what to cook for Valentine's. Okay, we weren't even supposed to cook today. Let's get that out of the way. Okay, we weren't even supposed to cook today. I was supposed to be talking about something else this morning, and then instead I did Dyson Sphere. And instead of doing Dyson Sphere right now, we're cooking because this came in the mail literally yesterday. And so I decided, since I couldn't figure out if I wanted to cook what I wanted to cook for Valentine's, we're using this instead today for Valentine's. You can thank the person who decided to buy this from my wish list. You can thank that person. I don't know who it is, but thank you. Question mark. But then again, I guess the blame is also partly on me for even putting it on my wish list to begin with. I didn't think anyone would actually get it, but then again, I forgot. I forgot people will pick the weirdest things off a wish list if they can. So here we are. Cockroach is the ultimate sign of love. Thank goodness we don't have any cockroaches on this thing. Thank goodness we don't have any. But today was a day I never thought was... Well, no. I had a feeling this day would come eventually. I just didn't think it would come soon. It came sooner than expected. It came sooner than expected, so Yeah. I played myself here. I played myself here. I know I kind of mentioned this last night. I don't, or yeah, actually, no, I think I may have mentioned this last night. I do have a friend that is from Mexico. Apparently, they've had my friend has had bugs before. Maybe not this particular one, but actual. Let me see if I can find that picture. See if I can find that picture. It's actually quite interesting. If I can find it. If I can find it. How long ago was that? No, 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 no. It wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that long. I feel like it was like a couple of weeks ago. But basically, I think in Mexico, it's common to eat crickets over there. Or maybe in certain parts of Mexico. And I never even knew this. I know there's these I know you can get like these candy coated scorpions, crickets, and whatnot. I know that that is a thing that's a thing that's been around for a very long time. Um, I don't know if this particular thing we have today has been a thing for a very long time, but I feel like it's been around for a while. It's just at least most people in the US don't think about eating bugs. I know I don't. I know I don't. People in Asia, at least some parts of Asia, will eat bugs. Other parts of Asia don't normally eat bugs. Still never trying it ever. I have a friend. I have a friend that has tried it. If anyone here knows Skylar, she has tried it. I don't think she said it was that bad, but it did take a while to get to the center of it. It's like I keep seeing it in like gift shops because you know it's the kind of thing you would find in gift shops for some reason. For some reason it is. Okay, I finally found it after like a million years of scrolling. Let me see if I can grab this. Okay, warning. What you're about to see may be disturbing for some audiences. Please be advised. Please be advised. To be fair, eat a fig. There's a chance it might be a fig wasp. I mean, that's okay. Also, supposedly some, I think it's like pepper, black pepper. It's acceptable to have like 10% of the black pepper be like ants or something. But anyway, here we go. There's a picture they sent me. Crickets. I think it's deep fried? Question mark. I'm not entirely sure. It looks like it's very heavily roasted, at least. There's some peppers there. There's also some limes. We're not making this today because I don't know. I don't know what this is called. I should have asked them, but we're not making this today. But yeah, there's an actual dish in Mexico apparently. So enjoy. I do know in at least parts in China because I had a friend that visited China once upon a time, very long time ago. I think they have like skewers of scorpions and stuff like that. Morbidly curious how this is gonna turn out. Yeah, I'm kind of stalling right now. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of stalling right now. We should get to it. Honestly, I don't have many ideas on how to work with this, but before we do work with this, we need to taste it. We need to taste it. I need to taste it. You don't have to taste it. I will taste it. That way I know the best way to work with it. Why is it actually it might look like it might be good because it probably is. It probably is. The only you know what? The only thing that really bugs me with insects is the insides. Like when you eat shrimp, you don't really think about it too much because shrimp is like mostly muscle, and then maybe there's this like little they call it a sand tract or intestine. I don't know what it is, but deveining the shrimp. Like for high-end restaurants in general, I think you would devein a shrimp, but back in my home, we don't do that. There's no reason to. You just eat it whole, vein and all. Um, but and let's just say the inside of a cricket. I mean, you're eating everything inside. There's no way to clean it. I'm assuming that these bugs are like farmed. Okay, they're not like wild insects, so they should be clean. I think we have the idea that bugs are not clean because most bugs out in the wild don't really have a way to, what do you call this? I don't think bugs in general are hygienic. It's just whatever area they live in, that's how clean they are. Even the waste sack, I don't know where the waste sack on the shrimp is, to be honest. But yes, the entire thing, if you just peel the shrimp, whatever is left, minus the, what do you call this? The vein. Yeah, we eat the vein too. It's like, it's nothing, to be honest. It really isn't. It really isn't. It really is nothing. However, if you for whole shrimp, by the way, for whole shrimp, if you like roast it or fry it in well enough and it's like super crispy, I will actually eat the entire shrimp shell and all. Yeah, I will eat the entire shrimp shell and all if it's crispy. Because if you put shrimp in a soup and the shell is kind of like soft, it's not easy to eat. It's kind of like hard to crunch. But yes, I will eat the entire shell even, as long as as long as it's crispy. I will do that. Hands down, I will do that. If you think about it, crabs, lobsters, shrimp, anything related to them, supposedly is the same as bugs. Like they're basically insects of the ocean, but we eat them because they're big enough and they're actually tasty. And if you get a large enough tarantula, okay, if you get a large enough tarantula, I think in Vietnam, I feel like it's in Vietnam. If Ollie's here, please confirm or deny, because they're the only Vietnamese people I know. Uh, I think in Vietnam or some part of Asia, there's like a dish centered around tarantula. But it has to be like fairly decently sized tarantula, otherwise it's no good. Same thing. I think there's also a place for scorpions, which I think are both related to crabs or something. I mean, they're both crustaceans, right? I think they're both crustaceans. Arthropods, crustaceans. I don't know. Something with a shell. Something with a shell. And yeah, I mean, if you think about it, these are just the land versions of the seafoods. Except we have vilified them to hell and back. The only thing I think that's going to be a little bit different is the grub. I don't think there's a sea equivalent to the grub. Not that I know of. Unless you count worms, but no, that's a little different. That's a little different. Sea worms a little bit different. Or mollusk. Yeah, it's way different. Like mussels and clams and oysters, those are great. I don't think they're anywhere equivalent to grubs though. Yeah, people eat tarantula. People eat tarantula. By the way, if you haven't read this one manga called Dungeon Meshi yet, I would highly recommend reading Dungeon Meshi. Meshi, yes. It has some really good ideas regarding food. In the manga, they will cook monsters for food, right? Dungeon monsters, because you can't carry a lot of food down into the dungeon. So whatever monsters are down there, you would slay them as usual and use them as ingredients for food. And then eventually scorpions and spiders come up. And if you think about it, if they're big enough, then they're kind of equivalent to whatever seafood it might be. But most of the times, the insects that we have are not that big. Imagine like a lobster-sized scorpion. That would actually probably be edible, but they're not that big. And thankfully, they're not that big. Thankfully, they're not actually that big. And then a crab-sized tarantula might actually be edible, but they're still pretty hairy. I mean, there's hairy crabs. Hello, Edward Snowden. Welcome. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Bugs. Someone got me bugs, so I'm giving everyone also bugs. Yeah. Anyway, I think I need to stop stalling. I think I said my piece about bugs and seafood. That's really all I wanted to say. So I need to stop stalling. Okay, let me move over my stuff, and we'll get going. All right, mute for now. Okay. Volume check. Please let me know if it's too loud, too soft. I turned off the noise gate, so it's gonna get a little bit noisy. But then again, if I didn't do that, you won't be able to hear me. And normally I do the what do you call this? Asia radio, Asia Dream Radio. We're not doing that today. I like this background music. Actually, I like this background music. This is gonna be my new chat background music. I like it. Okay, water for me. Let's look at the oh, camera. Please face this way. Please face this way. Okay, let's look at the squeaky. Okay, let's look at the packaging first. Okay, let's look at the packaging first. Oop. Okay, that's good. So these are mixed bugs. Compare it to my hand really quick. I'm not gonna zoom out because this is kind of small, and this is not a very big package. Okay, this is not a very big package. According to the packaging, there's like half an ounce worth of bugs in here. Half an ounce is about 15 grams. Not a lot. So these are gonna be like itty bitty tiny. I feel like these are gonna be itty bitty tiny. Ingredients. Ingredients are dehydrated grasshoppers, mole crickets. Oh, let's move it up a little bit. Dehydrated grasshoppers, mole crickets, which is, I'm guessing, what this thing is over here. Let's see, silkworms, which is this over here. Now I know in Korea they eat silkworms. They even have canned silkworms. Not everybody likes them. I know that much. I've seen them in the Asian grocery stores. I'm not picking it up. No, you would have to suggest that on the wish list, and I will have no. No choice but to accept it. Join thinking it would be a cute cake for someone's. For someone. No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but this is the Valentine's right here. I was gifted bugs, so I'm giving everyone bugs. Okay. Field crickets. Okay, so we have two different. No, we have two different types of crickets. What is this? So is this the grasshopper? Or is this the cricket? No, this is the cricket. So this is the cricket. This is the field cricket. This is the grasshopper. This is the mole cricket. This is the silkworm. Sago worm. I'm guessing it's this big one over here. Sago worm is this big one over here. And salt. So there's at least some salt here. We know there's going to be a little bit of salt. Allergy warning, crustaceans. You can't really read it because, holy crap, it's shiny as heck. But I find it funny that they say allergy warning, crustaceans. Imported? I'm guessing this was imported from somewhere. I'm going to guess Mexico. For some reason, I'm going to guess Mexico on this one. have a lot of friends who love crickets, or are they grasshoppers? We don't. So we have both. We have both grasshoppers and crickets, but it looks like it's gonna be small. This is a very small package. Okay, I'm gonna. I said I wasn't going to zoom out, but I'm gonna zoom out really quick just to show you how big this is in comparison to my hand. It's not that big. It's not that big. Let's see. All right. Enhance. Plot twist, Ruka opens the bag and all the bugs are alive. Oh my gosh, let's hope not. Let's hope not. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Okay, let's go ahead and open it and put them all on the dish so that we know what they look like, how many we have to work with. Because that's going to help me also determine how we're going to cook them. Technically, they're already cooked, right? Dehydrated, dried, air dried, whatever. But I still need to like put them in a dish. So that's the challenge today. That's the challenge today. Okay, so there's a separate inner bag here. This is a lot more gross looking than I expected. On one hand, it doesn't look like anything is alive. That's a good sign. Let's just look at that really quick. On one hand, it doesn't look like anything's alive. It's all crushed to bits and very dark. I smell a roasted flavor out here, kind of like dried. Actually, kind of like dried shrimp. Gonna have to deep clean those dishes later, though. Probably, yes, actually. Probably, actually. You know what I'm a little miffed about? They don't give you like a nutrition label on here. Supposedly bugs are full of protein. There's not a nutrition label. How am I supposed to know how much protein this small thing is? It does smell very roasted though. Like right now it smells very roasted. And I haven't even opened the bag. But let's go ahead and pour this out. Let's pour it out. Oh my gosh, this is the moment of truth, isn't it? Look at that. Zoom. Oh no, I can't enhance anymore. Oh no, I cannot enhance anymore. This is as enhanced as it can get. Oh, you are lucky. You're lucky. Just throw them into your post-solar protein. Joke's on you, I don't do protein shakes. Oh my. You know, actually, some of these kind of looks like dried chili flakes. Not chili flakes, but dried chilies. And there's like giant pieces of salt, I think. It really does smell like roasted shrimp. Like little dried roasted shrimpies, which I love. But this is not shrimp. This is bugs. This is bugs. Okay. Smell is good. The smell is good. Hello, Etcher. Welcome. The smell is good. Gosh darn it. They're all kind of mixed in here, so it's a little bit difficult. It's a little bit difficult to I mean, we have the I think this is a grub, right? I think this one's a grub. No, that's a silkworm. This is a silkworm. Why do they look seasoned? Because they are seasoned. They have salt. They have a little bit of salt, so that it is at least seasoned with salt. Let me just make sure it's as... I just want to make sure that the picture is crystal clear for you all. Let me adjust the lighting just a little bit. Let me adjust the lighting for the most perfect picture for all of you. 4600. The white balance is all over the place. No, that's a little washed out. That's a little washed out. There we go. Okay. They taste great. I'm just creeped out that I have a bug like stuck in my teeth. Disgustingly delicious. Okay. Yeah, I think this. Okay, so this is closer to what I see. Though I think there's more warm light around me, so it's also going to be a little weird because of that. Yeah, I think this is as clear as it's going to get for you guys. That's as clear as it's going to get for you guys. Okay. I guess let's try whatever this one is first. This looks like a... What is this? I think it's a cricket. I think this looks like a cricket. Alright. Now or never. Now or never. I'm gonna eat it head first. Head first. It tastes like nothing. Literally, it tastes like nothing. It's not even seasoned. It's just roasted. Need a lot of water for that though. Just to get that out of my mind. Okay, that's just roasted. Very crunchy. Very crunchy. I'm gonna guess the rest of these is also gonna be pretty crunchy. Let's do silkworm. Silkworm's not my favorite either. That's just gonna be a little bit different. Yeah. It is dried though, so maybe it's gonna be better than the canned silkworm. Oh well. Okay, silkworm taste test. I don't know if that picked up on the mic. It's also very crunchy, but it's very dense in the middle. I'm not sure what to think about that one. So far, it's all texture. I'm not tasting any particular flavor. You know what this reminds me of, actually? This reminds me of crunching on fried shrimp. Fried shrimp with the shell still on. It reminds me of that. Except shrimp has a particular taste to it. Also, you know, a bunch of other stuff added to it. This is just crunchy and roasty. It's not bad, but it's definitely visually something to get over with. Okay, I don't think we've tried this one. This one is a grasshopper, or at least part of a grasshopper. The rest of it's kind of gone. This grasshopper has seen better days. Yeah. Okay. Is there a worm here? This is a silkworm. I want the sago worm. Where's the sago? Oh, this is the sago worm. Why does it look deflated? Just tell yourself it's darker shrimp. I'm trying to. I think this one is supposed to be the sago worm, which is like a giant thick worm. It's supposed to be this thing over here. This is supposed to be the sago worm. But look at how sad this is. It's just kind of small and sad and doesn't look that great. Honestly, there's really no flavor to it. It just tastes roasted. It honestly just tastes roasted. It's a mental thing at this point. It's really just a mental thing. Okay, so I'm not gonna try every single one of them because at this point I feel like it's all the same. Okay, maybe there's a little bit of earthiness. Just a tiny bit of earthiness. What the heck is this? Oh, this is the mole cricket. This is the mole cricket. They do get that way a bit of roasting. Okay, this is kind of interesting. The mole cricket looks a little interesting. Again, a little hard to see because it's all like the same color here, but let's see if we can... Maybe it's better if I actually enhance the color like I did earlier. Let's see. I is good. I think what you see is okay, though the color's a little bit off. The color's just a tiny bit off. I do wonder why it decided to do what it did earlier. I wonder if this is exposure. No, why? Why you do this? Backlight comp? I don't know what that is. Okay, for some reason the color's not cooperating with me, so it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, so they all pretty much look different. They all taste pretty much the same because it's all roasted. So what can we do with it? I only have two options, to be honest. We only have two options. My two options for working with this today is fried rice. So we have some more than day old fried rice. I don't know if this is going to be enough. I don't know if there's going to be enough rice for what we have, so I might combine that with some noodles. So we're going to probably do fried rice and noodles mixed together, and then just make it as tasty as possible with all the crunchy bits. And I got all the stuff here, so we're going to be using some noodles. Alright, let me just get set up really quick, and we're going to work on this. This is probably the worst use for add-ins that I'm ever going to be doing, but it is going to be what it is. Okay, we're going to start pretty normal though. We're going to start pretty normal. Here's the bugs before we use it again. Okay, so should have turned on the heat a while ago because this is going to be okay. So pan, I'm gonna put the oil there later, but this is heating up for now. I do need to start chopping the onions and garlic. So that is what we're going to do while the pan heats. At least get some base flavor. Get some base flavors in there. So here we are. Okay. Where is my garlic and where's my onion? Garlic. Onion. There we go. Knife. Knife. Bowl. Alright, so I want this to be very, very, very heavily seasoned. So I think what I'm going to do is use an entire head of garlic. This, even though it's like only a small thing that we're working with, I'm sniffling a little bit for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, I'm going to be using an entire head of garlic to season it, as well as a little bit of shallot or red onion, whatever the heck this thing is. So. And all I'm going to do is like mince it. Crap. There's the part I hate. Let me just peel you. There we go. And I went ahead and cranked up the heat all the way to, let's just say 400 degrees Fahrenheit for the pan. I think any less than that's probably not going to help us. sure this sticks. I could never get that to not stick. Okay, that's one. I don't really care to mince this. I'm not gonna mince it. Okay, careful. Careful. Safety first. Safety first. The onion juices. Okay, let's get that away from me. Onion juice is gonna be making me cry. Alright. Need to get the outer layer of garlic thingy off. I'm not sure you want to have leftovers for this. I don't think I do too, but we may not have a choice. That is a lot of bugs. You see how many bugs are on this dish? That is a lot. That is a lot. I'm probably gonna have a little bit of leftovers for tomorrow, and I will have to eat it. Well, at least it'll be a good test to see if they hold in the fridge. If they don't, well, they don't. If they don't, they don't. Look at this garlic. Look at this garlic. I haven't touched them in so long, they're starting to sprout. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's like I buy this whole entire pack of garlic and I use them over like 1 to 2 months. And because of that, they start sprouting. Alright. I did say we're going to do fried rice. Okay, need to stand up a little bit. I was sitting. So, just crush these to the shell. Already shelled. Okay, these shell, because I don't think I want the shells for this one. I'm going to try to mince the garlic. They'll probably stay because they're cooked to heck. I think you might be right, but you know how texture of stuff changes once you like put them in the fridge. Because in the fridge, it's not just cold, there's also moisture built up in there. So, because of the moisture, and because we're reintroducing moisture through cooking, it could like soften the crispiness. It might soften the chitin of the bugs. So it's probably going to change it a little bit, texture-wise. And it's going to be a very, very texture heavy dish that we're doing. The only reason why we're seasoning it to heck and back right now is so that we can actually eat it without having to think that they're bugs. I'm the one eating it. You guys aren't. But you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome to order from the food truck. If it ever becomes a menu item. I'm just going to coarsely chop everything and then we're going to mince it. That's a lot of garlic, but we're going to need this much. Excuse me. wasn't sniffling before the stream. I'm not sure why I sniffled when the stream started. Probably a reaction to what we're about to get ourselves into. That's probably it, actually. Fried rice, spaghetti. My other idea for today was using spaghetti, like making spaghetti with the bugs. But I didn't want to ruin spaghetti that way. So fried rice. At least fried rice you can toss in anything. It's not necessarily Valentine's Day related, but it may as well be. You know, as long as you're cooking for your significant other. If you have a significant other, you just like, you know, you either go out to eat or you cook for them. And it doesn't matter what you cook. It doesn't have to be pasta, chocolate, and all that stuff. It's whatever makes you too happy. I feel like that's the goal, right? Whatever makes you happy. Okay, this is not minced enough. I want to mince you. To mince you. Could have just used the food processor, but that's too much equipment. These are things I never consider about bugs, thank you. Yeah. Okay, is this minced enough? No, we still have some big pieces. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. This is very, very minced. Or as minced as I can get it. Alright, moving over to the wok. To the mini wok. Mini wok. Okay. We're gonna do this very quickly, very Asian way. Sesame oil. Decent amount of sesame oil. Garlic. Onion. Stir, stir, stir. Okay, what else do I need here? I don't think we need to put the fried rice in just yet. I just want to make sure this is cooked first. And then we're going to dump the bugs in, and then flavor a little bit, and then the fried rice, I think. The rice. Yeah. That might be the best way to go about this. Ah! Don't stand directly above if you don't want to get stung by onion vapors. High heat, semi-high heat. Need you to brown. Need you to brown. Please brown. I have some curry powder that's going to help a little bit. Pepper, salt. I also have some of this. This is, if you have never seen this jar before, it's like a... Is it fermented? I don't remember. I think it's like something like fermented seaweed or something. It's very savory. It kind of tastes like soy sauce, actually. Like solidified soy sauce. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. When I said we were heavily flavoring this, I meant it. I meant it. We're also adding a little bit of gochujang into it, because why not? We're gonna go all out with the flavoring, and we're not gonna know what's what at the end of this. I'm gonna increase the heat just a little bit more. Okay, garlic, are you good? You good, garlic? I think the garlic might be needing a little bit longer. Doesn't look quite brown enough to me. Lots of layers here though, lots of layers. So who's excited for this dish? Who is excited to eat bug fried rice? Bug fried rice. We're about to eat bug fried rice. I have to remind myself you're actually not eating this, and you may not want to eat it, but I'm gonna force you to at least get a bite once we're done. Okay. You browned yet? I think you're good. You're good. Okay, in it goes. In it goes. Yeah, great. Okay. Let's at least coat you with a little oil first. You do not consent, you have no choice. You have no choice. You are on this channel, hence your consent has already been given. Okay, so I need garlic powder first. Let's do a little bit of garlic powder. We'll salt last. We'll do pepper now. We'll salt at the end. We'll salt it at the end, but I want to at least get a little bit of curry powder in here first. A little S&B curry powder. Ooh, that's too much. That's too much. S&B curry powder. What else do I have? Gochujang. One giant heaping spoon of gochujang. In you go. May have to use a little bit of water here. Gochujang. Whatever this is, it tastes very delicious. If you put a little bit of this in your rice, this is absolutely great. I want to say it's mushroom and seaweed. I don't exactly remember. I took off the label a long time ago. It's good. It's good for a long time though. Okay, pepper. So we're gonna do the noodles first, as far as what we put in here. I think I need a little bit of water to dissolve. That's a lot of pepper. I think I need a little water to dissolve the paste that I just added in. So I need to do that. Actually, water or oil? I don't want this to be too oily. I don't want this to be too oily. Okay. Hot water. Get some hot water here. Not too much though. Just a little bit. Just enough to do that. Actually, maybe we don't do fried rice. Maybe we do like a stew. stew might be better. That means I have to grab multiple packets of noodles, if that's the case. Okay, so from the packet we have a little bit of fat. I think this is pork fat. Let's just dump that in there. Pork fat and garlic, I think. So that's a little bit of more garlic flavor with lard, seasoning. Might need more water. I think we're gonna need more water at this point. Somehow this looks even worse. I agree. I agree, but we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. Sometimes things don't happen the way you expect them to happen, and so you just have to make it work somehow. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, so we're not going to fried rice direction. This is too wet now to try to do fried rice. Instead, we're going to do very, very heavily seasoned ramen noodles. And I'm going to probably need another... I'm going to need another packaging. Be right back. One more packaging. Lower the heat. Too hot. Too hot. So crap, there's noodles everywhere now. Okay. I'm gonna have to clean that up later. This is the pitfalls of cooking in your room. Don't do it. Professionals only. Professionals only. Okay. I'm gonna lower the heat down while I collect the noodles that have scattered all over my floor. Okay, I'm gonna do this. It's like so many noodles I've scattered. The floor is clean and the noodles are dry. So that's a plus already. That's a plus already. I'm gonna have to get the Roomba here later. There's way too much debris. Okay, there's just too many pieces down here for me to collect. Too many fragments. Just like my soul. And my heart. I think that's good. Alright. We'll work with it. We'll work with it. I need more water. You know why this probably looks worse than it did earlier? Is because of the curry. If you think about it, curry is not exactly the most visually appealing thing you will ever find, but it's delicious. It's probably the same thing. I want to say it's the same thing. Let me believe it's the same thing. But we have so much flavorings in here. I'm hoping this makes up for it. Yeah, you're right. We probably don't want leftovers though, because these are noodles. And really, you don't want leftover noodles. And I hope this works. I really super... Oh, wow, look at that. Do you see this giant honking piece of bug here? Of grub? This giant piece of grub is just there, hanging out. Okay. I think this is almost done. The noodles don't look cooked, but they cook pretty darn quickly, actually. All right. Excuse me, the sniffles. There's too much pepper, so I'm sniffling. Okay, well, where's my Ladle? Oh, I didn't bring a Ladle. I think it's time. It's time. So I don't think we need extra salt with this. I'm gonna taste the soup first before I season it some more. Very curry flavor. Very salty from the ramen pocket. Needs a bit more spice though. Needs a bit more spice. Oh, I forgot one more thing. Okay, to really round this out, we're gonna have to put some greens in here. We're gonna put some greens in here. Okay, some green onion. And what little basil I have left from the pots. I know you're supposed to put basil as a garnish or as like in a separate bowl, but we're gonna do it in here because I want that flavor to infuse. Okay, that's done. Quickest dish ever on this channel. Let me just take a picture of it really quick. Okay, that looks good. And now it's time for the taste test. Looks pretty nice except for the obvious things floating about. Don't worry about the obvious things. Don't worry about the obvious things floating about. Okay. So the green makes it look better, obviously. I don't think I have a whole lot of soup in here. I may have to. Let me see how much soup is actually in here. Not a whole lot, but that's okay. That's okay. I didn't want it to be too soupy, actually. I actually didn't want this to be too soupy. I just wanted to be moist enough. This is gonna be mainly crushed noodles. Kind of thinking like I'm not sure if any of you have had thick, like noodles in thick sauce. That's kind of what we have, except it's crushed because these noodles crush very easily. There was no way for me to not crush them. Besides, I think it's better sometimes if noodles are crushed. That's just a personal opinion. I typically eat my noodles crushed. But here we go. Here is our bowl of bug noodles. Bug noodles with very, very heavy seasonings of gochujang and a bunch of other salty stuff. You can't really see the bugs, but they're there. They're there. Let me see. Adjust the camera a bit. Okay. Here's my gift to all of you. One giant spoon of, come back here. One giant spoon of sago worm with noodles. Itadakimasu. Here's your bite. You take the first bite. And it's my turn now. Itadakimasu. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. Oh my gosh, that was a mistake. I was biting through the sago worm and I noticed I could not bite through it. Putting any sort of moisture to this was a giant mistake. That was the worm though. How about the crickets? How about the crickets? Not as bad. Crickets are not as bad, but the worms, I think there's just something about the worms. You know, the outside of it gets a little bit tough when it's wet. And if you don't think about it, it's just like a really tough piece of meat. But if you think about it, you are biting through a basically rehydrated worm. And that imagery is as bad as it sounds. Because it becomes a psychological attack at that point. It's okay. It tastes okay. It tastes okay because it is so heavily flavored by all the other stuff. But this do be a very psychological heavy dish. I regret everything that I have done today. But I must eat this. I must eat this. So for maybe for the rest of the stream, I try to finish this bowl. The sago worm so far has been the worst thing. If I try to think of the little crunchy grasshoppers and crickets as tiny little shrimp, it'll be better in my head. But if I don't think of it that way, it's gonna be worse. My God, I'm just so glad there's so much salt in here. My blood pressure is gonna go sky high. Not because of the salt, but because of everything else that is in here. Oh my gosh. The garlic flavor is good. The onion flavor is good. I don't taste the gochujang so much though. I also don't taste the tiny bit of fermented soy sauce paste that I put in. Who thought this was a good idea? Who thought this was a good idea? No one told me to cook it this way, but who thought this was a good idea? I need to speak to my manager. Oh, I don't have a manager. I am my manager. I am my own manager, and this is my own doing. Oh, great. Hot chama cooking, eat your heart out. Oh, here's a silkworm. Here's a silkworm in this bite. The big sago worm, not a fan. The silkworm, let's see if it's any better. It might be a size thing too. That's not as bad. The silkworm's not as bad as the sago worm. The sago worm is just gigantic. And there's like at least one more sago worm in here. Like down here, you can't really see it off camera. But if I turn this, you can possibly see it right there. Right there. So, how is Valentine's today? Do you have any plans for Valentine's when the actual day comes? I'm going to be playing a game, and that's all I'm going to be doing. Because single AF. Copious amounts of water. You need copious amounts of water and copious amounts of salt to get through this. What is this piece? What is this piece? Oh, that's actually a mushroom. Oh, that's actually a mushroom. Oh, thank goodness. I thought it was something else. Spicy at least. Spicy, salty. It won't involve bugs, hopefully. Yeah. This will be the first and last time I do this bug thing. Maybe tarantulas will be a separate thing, but at least this that'll be the last time. I've had my experience, and I would like my bugs to be prepared in a professional manner, not whatever the heck I just did just now. That's I think we can all agree that impromptu cooking of bugs is not great. Best leave it to the chefs, the actual chefs. I don't know. If we got Gordon Ramsay to rate this dish, what would he say about it? What would you say about this? I feel like Ramsey won't even touch this. This is far, he's far above that to do that. Rancid. Rancid, it's not rancid. There's nothing rancid about this. It's fine. It's mostly a texture thing at this point. It really is a texture thing at this point. Also, I don't think you can put lamb sauce here. If we wanted to do lamb sauce to this dish, we wouldn't have added noodles. We would not have added any carbohydrates to the protein. You know what I should have done? Actually, you know what I should have done at the start? No noodles, no water. What I should have just done is saute the bugs with the garlic and the onion, and then lightly season it, and call that a day. That's it. That's all I should have done. I shouldn't have done the noodles. I think that was too much. He will walk away and throw up. Has he actually thrown up before? I don't think I've ever seen him throw up before. Thank goodness there's not a whole lot of sago worms. But for 15 grams worth of bugs, that's a whole lot. That's more than I thought for 15 grams of bugs. Oh yeah, that's salty. The rest of this is definitely gonna be leftovers because I can't eat that much salt in one day. So I might report on what this is going to be like a day later. But as far as the bowl that I set aside for myself, it's almost done. We're almost done here. There's not a whole lot left. There's like, let me see, what is left in here? It's a little hard to see because it's kind of buried in a bunch of stuff, but it looks like it's all silkworms down there. It's like 4 silkworms, which is a lot better than sago worms. I will take this over sago worms any day. Can't believe I'm saying that. Mental. Okay. No, there's still a little bit of bug left. What is this? I can't tell. It looks like shrimp. That's what I'll tell myself. It looks like shrimp. So you're saying you're gonna be buying silkworms off stream? No, I will not. I will not. I know people in Korea grow up with that stuff, and you know it's probably more of an old person kind of food. Yeah, but it's not my it's not my thing. It's not my thing. I will not be doing it unless it's a dare, or I lose a Batsu game. Well, I guess a dare is a Batsu. So yeah. The cricket dish I showed at the beginning of the stream, I would not mind doing that if someone were to point me to the right direction for it. But okay, so quick review as far as all the bugs that we've had today. Grasshopper and crickets, I feel like they're both the same thing, so it's okay. Silkworm, a little bit chewy, but not terrible. But there is a mental image that you are munching on worm. The worst thing for me though is a sago worm, and there's still like 1 sago worm left. And the thing about the sago worm is it's so huge. The sago worm is huge. Look at it. This is a tablespoon. It's gigantic. And if you bite through this, the flavor of that, not the flavor, there's actually no flavor. The texture of that is a little leathery. It has that chew of leather. I've never chewed leather before, but it's what I imagine leather is, texture is like. That's the most off-putting thing. And I'm not a texture person for the most part. Like, you know how some people are turned off by texture of foods? Like, if it's too mushy, they don't like it. Me, on the other hand, if a food is mushy and it's supposed to be mushy, I'm okay with it. Like uni, yuruHYPE. Some people don't like it because it tastes too briny, too oceany, and it's too soft. Me, I'm okay with it. But yeah, that in this case, I would have to say the sago worm is not my favorite. Everything else I can, everything else I can justify in my head as eating. But I have how many servings worth is this? I want to say there's like at least 2 or 3 more servings worth of noodles. Look at that. That's a lot. That's a lot, and yeah. But happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Let me move over to the desk really quick and we'll close off for today. I don't know what else to talk about, to be honest. I did what I did, and I need to give credit to where credit is due. So let me move over and we'll have some closing remarks. Good luck and don't actually eat it on V-Day. I hope that by V-Day there is none left, but if there is some by V-Day, then I will have to eat it. Here you go. I didn't realize it wasn't clear. Now you get a clear picture of the leftovers. At least you guys didn't have to eat it. I ate it and told you what I felt about it. But yeah, for whoever got that bag of bugs, this is probably more than you bargained for, right? This is probably more than you bargained for. You thought that I was going to just eat it raw, and I did. I did. It wasn't too interesting raw, to be honest. There's like the rawness of the bugs was not that interesting to me. It was very crunchy. Hey Mars, welcome. Oh boy, here we go. Actually, we're done. We are done. If you want to get the reactions, you can check after the stream, or you can rewind right now because there's live playback. But yeah, quick review. Thank you or no thank you. Maybe thank you for actually getting something off the wish list, but no thank you for actually getting the one thing I didn't think that I should have expected people would actually get off the wish list, because it is the most troll move you can do, and I would have totally done it too if I were you. I would totally done it if I were you. So yeah, is that a case of chat reflects the streamer? I don't know. I feel like I just got a taste of my own medicine. And the medicine at least had copious amounts of salt, copious amounts of garlic, copious amounts of everything, but it could not save me from the sago worm. The sago worm is the worst thing ever. The worst, absolute worst thing ever. I think when I was chewing it, right? I was chewing. It's not just a texture thing on the outside. I think I actually started feeling the inside of the worm. If it wasn't the inside of the worm, I was like biting through the worm, and I bit I was like working my way through the other side of the worm, and like, you know, you get that layer effect. And the layer effect weirded me out. Normally I'm okay with layers, but it weirded me out here because I felt it in something that shouldn't have layers. No, I felt it in something I didn't want to have layers. There's a difference. I, other than a dare though, I don't think this is something most people are going to accept eating unless they grow up with it. So if you want your future children to be able to survive in any situation, feed them some bugs, make it normal for them to eat bugs, but also make it delicious somehow. I don't know, do it somehow. To make it teriyaki, make it into like make it into satay, rendang, whatever it is. Do something, because just roasted is not great. Roasted and salted, I couldn't even taste the salt. There probably wasn't a whole lot of salt on it to begin with. Roasted, it did nothing for me. It just tasted like, at least, you know, the dried shrimp and the dried crab that you can get in Asian supermarkets have salt and sugar. This has no sugar, which I felt like would have helped a lot, but there wasn't any. And I didn't want to waste my can of pineapple juice on this one, because can you imagine pineapple flavored bugs? Yes, we have the hard candy bugs already. That's already done. But I think from what I heard, those candies are just pure sugar. There's not actual flavor in it. If there was, then maybe the association to fruit flavors or whatever would be better. And bugs, you know, that kind of thing. However, get me a big enough tarantula, get me a big enough scorpion, like, you know, the size of a fist, and I'm talking like literally the size of fist. It has to be that big, because otherwise, what are we eating? It's kind of like the question of, why do people eat chicken feet? What is on chicken feet other than cartilage? It's just cartilage, isn't it? I'm not a chicken feet person. I don't like chicken feet because it's just cartilage or whatever it is on it. I put the chicken feet and these bugs on the same level. That is it. Yeah. But maybe next year. Not this year, because a lot of stuff came up. Personally, a lot of stuff came up with my I guess things, yeah, from bugs to now experimenting with tarantulas. Well, that's what we do in the R&D channel, right? That's what we do in the R&D channel. We try things we haven't done before. We try things for the first time. Like, we try good stuff, okay? Let's not forget all the good stuff that we've cooked and eaten on this channel. We've done that. This is and I will troll with, you know, dishes that I know that people will have problems with. Like, I do kind of want to like cook curry on stream at some point, and we'll be doing something different with the curry. But this is done. I can check off bugs off my bucket list now. Would I recommend it to anyone else? Only if you absolutely want to. I don't think you have to, but only if you absolutely want to. Because think about it, if you are going to be eating bugs in real life and you're out in the wild like Solid Snake, you are not going to be eating them roasted for the most part. You can roast them yourself, but you're probably going to not be roasting them. And, you know, you could. You actually could, though. I know a lot of people like in Africa, right? In Africa, they have these honeypot ants, and they're supposed to be really, really sweet because they have like these really big butts with honey, basically. It's basically honey. Honeypot ants are actually supposed to be really good. And you know what? I'm okay with eating ants, but the thing is we have crickets and worms. Crickets I can get over. I can get over crickets. The worms, the grubs, that's gonna be a little bit different. That's gonna take a little bit of work from me to get over. But if it can be crunchy, we're good. But if it's just dehydrated like these are, and then you add a little moisture like we did today, mixed results. Depending on what their outside is made out of. Chitin, it's okay because it's the same thing as shrimp. What is the outside of a worm made out of? That's not chitin because it's not hard. It's probably closer to skin, actually. It's kind of weird to think about. But then again, you eat pork skin, so what's the difference? What is the difference? Maybe the difference is it's a bug. I think that's the difference. I felt like I don't think I lost a part of myself today from this cooking experiment. But I felt like I lost something. I don't know what though. My innocence? I lost my innocence today? That's probably what it was. That it can only be that. It can only be that. Alright. I think I'm gonna end it here for today. Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for watching. I hope you got something out of this. I don't know what it would have been. But I hope you got something out of this. Again, thank you for the person who got the bag of mixed bugs to begin with. If you would like to get anything else that's tastier on the wish list, on the wish list, feel free to. Or not tasty, just something fun for me to work on stream. Like, you know, there are figures in there if you really want to, if you wanted to do that. You can also suggest stuff on the wish list, by the way, if you have any ideas. I would have to approve them though. Just saying. I need to double check the wish list and see what I have on there. I might change a few things, but if you want to get something from there, feel free to get it. You don't have to, but you see the results. You see the results. We are, if it's food related, we're probably gonna do it on stream. If it's not food related, we're also probably gonna do it on stream because it's probably gonna be figure. I try to put stuff on there that that is gonna be used on stream. So you're getting something out of it, right? It's not just for me. You're getting something out of it. That's the give and take I'm offering with the wish list. You didn't get anything out of it? I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, thank you for that person, whoever you are. Or maybe no thank you, depending on how you feel about it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to... This is gonna be lunch for the next 2 days, isn't it? And if my boss sees this... If my boss sees me eat bugs at work, she's going to question my sanity. Not that I've been staying at work to begin with, but still, it's like even more so than usual. Anyway, yeah. So I will see you all next time. We will be streaming on Valentine's Day. We will be doing a game. something of a palate cleanser, a game. Maybe next year we'll do something actually tasty. I just couldn't do it this year because stuff came up. Long story short, stuff came up. Make sure to tell her they're delicious and offer her a bite. Ooh. Do I want to share my food with my boss? Actually, I do. I don't mind it. I like my boss. But I don't know if I'm... Maybe I should save... Maybe I should save for the sago worm. Ooh, the sago worm. Yeah. Anyway, see you next time. We'll be doing Love Respite. Not Love Respite. Why do I want to keep calling it Love Respite? Love Esquire on Tuesday. So we'll be trying to romance our sister on Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? It is Tuesday. Okay. Valentine's Day, Love Esquire, Part 2, Romance Our Sister. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. And I'll see you next time. Have a nice rest of your day, everyone. Goodbye.